What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid News Now. Today's video is brought to you by Loot Crate. You can get 10% off any subscription just by using our exclusive link, trylootcrate.com/hybridnetwork and the promo code BRIDGE10. But let's get down to the news. In our top story, a bunch of new Doctor Strange details, from tracking numbers to runtime and much more. Then a major Batman creative team reunion in the works, and finally in our subscriber suggested story of the day, a first look at RiRi Williams as the new Iron Man. First though, we've got to talk Doctor Strange and the flood of new information now that the movie's just 3 weeks away. We've got the official runtime and some clarification about a major supporting cast member, but first, I think we've got to start with the box office tracking numbers. They just dropped yesterday, and if you're expecting massive Civil War or Batman v Superman numbers, I want to take it down a notch. They aren't awful either, don't get me wrong. These are really good numbers for just about any movie, but you'll see what I mean in a second. According to Deadline, who first broke the story, the film is on track for an opening between $55 and $75 million, which puts it in the neighborhood of Ant-Man, Thor, and Captain America, the First Avenger, but it falls just short of Thor the Dark World's $85 million. That might have some people panicking a little bit, but believe it or not, the film's actually trending positively. The numbers show that it's drawing very strong interest and has a whopping 19 first choice number for men under 25 and an 18 for men over 25. That's really good. For those of you that weren't around when I explained first choice numbers before Suicide Squad's debut, it's essentially the percentage of survey respondents that rank that movie as their first choice out of all options at the box office. So an 18 or 19 is actually kind of eye-popping, especially considering a movie like Guardians of the Galaxy only had a 14 first choice number, if I remember correctly. Deadline also reports that analysts expect the tracking numbers will only go up the closer we get to November 4th, so stay tuned here and we'll update you if the numbers change. Speaking of Doctor Strange, the runtime was revealed by the UK ratings board, and it's maybe just a little bit shorter than you were expecting. The film clocks in at 115 minutes, just under 2 hours long, at a cool hour 55. For reference, that's a full half hour shorter than Captain America Civil War, 8 minutes shorter than Guardians of the Galaxy, and believe it or not, 3 minutes shorter than Ant-Man. It is a minute longer than Thor for what it's worth. But rounding out our stay in Doctor Strange's mystical realm, we have a major clarification on one supporting cast member. Ever since Rachel McAdams' role, Christine Palmer, was revealed, many fans wondered if she'd also become Palmer's comic book counterpart, Night Nurse. Especially since over on Netflix, Claire Temple seems headed in the Night Nurse direction as well. Well, in an exclusive to Entertainment Weekly, Kevin Feige confirmed that that is in fact not the case and that Palmer will not actually become Night Nurse, at least not in this movie. So you can relax, Claire Temple fans, her job is safe. Of course, let me know in the comments section down below what you think about all of that in the info dump, but moving on to our next story of the day, a major former Batman creative team might just be teaming back up. That team is the legendary duo of Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, who of course wrote and drew Batman all throughout his New 52 run until Tom King took over this summer with DC Rebirth. At a panel at NYCC, Snyder confirmed that he and Capullo would be teaming back up for DC's big summer event next year in 2017. He also revealed that it would be, of course, very Batman-centric and, in his words, very rock and roll. Whether that's a clue to something or just a description, I don't know, I don't care, this is awesome. And I can't even begin to think of what that event might tackle, but if I had to guess, it'll probably have something to do with the bigger mysteries of Rebirth that are still sticking around, like the identity of Mr. Oz, maybe. So, comment question of the day, what do you think of Snyder and Capullo's reunion, and what do you think the event might deal with? On to our last story of the day, brought to you again by Loot Crate. If you haven't heard about Loot Crate, it's this awesome subscription service that sends you a cool box of stuff every month, with each item relating to a unique monthly theme. This month's theme is horror, fitting for the Halloween month, and it's set to include items from Friday the 13th, The Walking Dead, and even more scary classics. The subscription is worth way more than what you'll pay for it, and you can get it even cheaper by taking 10% off any subscription just by using our exclusive link, www.trylootcrate.com/hybridnetwork. Once again, that's trylootcrate.com/hybridnetwork, and once you're there, use promo code BRIDGE10 to get those savings. But on to our last story of the day, we have our first official look at the new Iron Man herself, RiRi Williams, all suited up. This image comes to us courtesy of the preview for Invincible Iron Man #1, the first issue which will see RiRi take over for Tony Stark and become the new heroine, Ironheart. You can check out the preview at the link in the description below, but this is something I'm actually really curious about. I mean, I'm a huge Iron Man fan, so I'm a little worried about what happens to Tony to bring about this change, you know? But I am interested in this, so I'll probably be reading along at least for the first few issues. But I want to hear from you guys on this. What do you think about the change? I mean, are you for it? Are you against it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if there's ever a story you want us to cover on the HNN, just hit us up in that comment section or on Twitter at CJ Pascal or the channel at hybridnetwork_. But that's going to do it for today's HNN. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider supporting us on Patreon for access to all sorts of exclusive goodies. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.